I am in here. Hopefully you're having a freaking awesome day. In today's video, what we're going to cover is how to actually stick to your New Year's resolution goals when it comes to health and fitness. Now, use the same principles in the other areas. I only speak for this one because I'm really good at sticking to this one. I don't think it's because I'm a fitness guy or that I'm like some special person. I just have developed plans for so many people and done this so long that I have habits that make it so easy for me to stick to it. And you're going to see why and see how it can work for you too. I promise I'm not special, okay? So the first thing you have to do is write down your plan. If you don't have it written down, you're not going to stick with it. And you're not going to do it. Why? Because 85% of the time, you are in your subconscious brain, meaning you are being operated by the person behind the curtain. Oz is operating your brain. And the majority of the time, you don't even know what you're doing and why. You might have some sort of problem with something that you don't even are clear why it is, but you just know you have a problem with it. That was like me with Cheez-Its and Cheese Nips. Cheese Nips meant you're rich. Why? I don't know. It's what rich kids had where I lived. Anyways, at least that's what I felt. So write down your plan. Now, for a successful weight loss plan, if that's your goal, a successful weight loss plan has 3 things to it. It has a fitness component to it, it has a nutrition component to it, and it has a activity component to it. Each of these has different aspects. Fitness is going to have a frequency, it has a time, has a type, and it has a when. Frequency, how many times per week? Time, how long are you going to exercise for? Type, what method? Yoga, strength training, cardio, HIIT, conditioning, kettlebell, boot camp, whatever. When, what days, and time. Okay? We want to have all these things in there. Because why? Because you are having problems sticking to it. Because you have left the door open to it be vague. Because it's vague, 85% of the time, you're not thinking of your goals because you're thinking of your previous patterns. Previous patterns would indicate you're not going to stick to your damn goal. I'm not saying that to be mean. I'm just saying, look at history. And the more you go, I'm going to do it this time, it's not going to do it. It doesn't work that way. Okay? Do this. I promise I do well with hitting these goals. This is the framework. Nutrition. Okay? 2 things you got to worry about here is calories and protein. Focus on those 2 things. You could worry about the fiber and the sugar and the glycemic index and the vitamins and minerals, all that stuff. But we can slap all that with a supplement if we need to for now, if you really care. But we need to focus on basic, simple stuff so we can build consistency because you cannot optimize 0. If you're not doing anything, you can't make it better because the only thing you can do is do it. So calories and protein. Activity, easiest one by far, is just to know your steps. Okay? In fact, just look at your step average. Okay, it keeps it nice and simple. So you're going to start with these 3 things. Every good weight loss program has these 3 things in it. Next, what you need to do is you need to make things sticky. How do you make things sticky? Ease of doing them. Okay, ease of operation. So with fitness, how can you make stuff easy to do? Well, the first thing you can do to get started, because again, we're not looking for the optimal plan. I don't know you. I mean, I probably know you because you're in the group, but like, I don't know what your goals are. I don't know how often you're working out right now, unless you're a client or a previous client or whatever. I don't know those things. At least don't know with the highest level of certainty to know what you should do. What I can tell you to do is you need to try stuff. Maybe 2 days a week, like unequivocally, if you don't strength train, you should strength train. Okay, but maybe if you're going to work out 4 days per week, the other 2 days, you commit to trying stuff that's different. Maybe you do yoga and Pilates the other day. Maybe you do swim and cardio, maybe Stairmaster or something. I don't know, but you just try different stuff. Okay? So you're going to try things. Okay? Afterwards, you're going to then see, after you're done trying stuff and then you are consistent with it, meaning, cool, you said you're going to do it, these are the times, and then you actually do it, perfect. After you're then consistent, then you optimize for your goal. So you go, all right, cool, I tried yoga, loved it, and I could do that all the time. But if I'm trying to build muscle, it's not really effective at that. So what can I do? Well, I like yoga, and by doing yoga, I'll stick to my plan better. So on those 2 days, or maybe if I'm working out 4 days per week, 1 day of the week I'm going to do yoga. The other 3 I'm going to do strength training. I'm going to put yoga in the middle. Actually, I'll put yoga at the end of the week. So I have that carrot that I'm looking forward to. I'm like, hey, and when I do these 3 strength training workouts, I get yoga afterwards. Love it. Perfect plan. Very, very smart. Next one, nutrition. How do we stick to nutrition better? This is going to be a wild concept. I know this is going to sound nuts, okay? But eat food you like. Holy shit. Crazy. But when you start eating foods that you enjoy, you're able to stick with your plan better. Because I bet if you're trying to lose weight, what happens is that you eat a bunch of foods you don't like, you're starving to death from it because you're not doing the second thing I'm about to share with you, okay? And you don't stick to it too long because it's not a good process. It doesn't feel fun. It doesn't feel good. And so you're already going to be hungry. And you don't want to be hungry, miserable, and without foods you like. Yeah. So eat foods you like. And it's a matter of finding it if something fits, not does it fit. I should say, let me reword this. How something fits versus does. You can make anything fit in your calories and protein if you tried hard enough. As an example, today for lunch, even though it's cold now, because I've been doing this for a minute and been doing other stuff, scalloped potatoes, love them. And a bunch of chicken breast, love it too. But in order for me to get my scalloped potatoes, if I'm trying to lose fat, I have to be able to eat them in a way that makes me match these goals. Which means, in some meals, I'm going to have to take away some carbs and fats and add a bunch more vegetables in it so that I can make them fit. The last thing in here is called volume eating. These are eating a lot more foods that are like vegetables and fruits, not because, oh, you got to eat your fruits and vegetables. No. Although that's important too. But when you eat vegetables and fruits, you're getting a lot of food, a little bit of space. Or a little bit of calories rather. So a lot of food, a little bit of calories, which allows you to eat more food, more actual food on your damn plate, less calories. Helps you not feel so starving all the time. Because you can eat 1,500 calories and 130 grams of protein. You can eat 1,500 calories and 1,500 grams of food, which is like 3 pounds, almost 4 pounds, and hit your protein the same way. Or you can eat 1,500 calories in 500 grams, which is way less. Same calories, you're going to feel drastically different as far as your stomach goes. You're going to be way more hungry. And then activity, here's what you do. This one's very, very easy. Is you look at your average. So that means you have to actually get a watch, walk around, see what it is, and then beat it. Okay? There's no real added benefit, unless you do it on accident, of walking more than 12,000 steps per day. Reason for that is that now we're starting to move this activity thing into a fitness bucket, and that's fine if you're doing it for fitness. Let's say like part of your routine is you're doing a Stairmaster. That's great. We have to take those steps into account when it comes to your activity, because that's kind of a fitness thing. So if you look at your watch before you do your Stairmaster, and you're like, all right, I'm at 4,000, and then you get off, you're at 8,000. Well, you're still only at 4,000. I mean, technically you're 8,000 steps, but you're at 4,000 steps for this thing. We need to hit 4,000 more steps. Does that make sense? So you're not double dipping. Now, if you walk around to the gym between equipment, that's not fitness, that's activity again. Activity is stuff that you're doing to just do life. Fitness is stuff that you do purposely to improve your strength, condition, cardio, whatever you're trying to do. And likely just walking around at the gym, you're not trying to improve your stuff. That's just not how that would go. Unless you literally can't walk, and that's fine. And leg day does not count, so don't count that. Okay? So these are the stuff literally that I do is go, okay, cool. Like these first two things, I'm gonna give you a bonus one that I just thought of that I didn't give on the training I just did on another platform, but I think it's kind of very important, is what I call friction reduction. So in these arenas, there's certain things that make it harder. As an example, hitting your calories and protein is a lot harder if you don't plan your meals ahead of time, because you're winging it every day. So then you're going to have to plan your meals. Otherwise, every day you're going to have to pull up MyFitnessPal, punch in all your stuff that you're going to eat, make sure you have it. Then you got to cook it all ahead of time, or cook it all and figure out if it fits. And if it doesn't fit, you got to go to the store. If you don't have enough, you got to figure. Blah, not fun. But if you plan it, put a little bit of legwork at the beginning, you're able to then stick to your goals better. With fitness, what can you do to help yourself? Because if history said, if you were to look at history, if fitness is a hard thing for you to stick to, why is it? Well, you don't have a plan. You don't know what you're doing. You're unfamiliar with the movements. You don't know where stuff is at the gym. You don't have the equipment. You don't have your workout equipment out, or your fitness clothes, or you didn't bring your water bottle, or you forgot your little tag thing, or whatever. What can you do to make it easier for you to do the dang thing you want to do? Well, you would look at your workouts ahead of time. You would put them in your schedule. You would review the movements to make sure you know what they're doing. You would have your workout equipment and clothes out. You would have your water bottle filled. You would have a playlist set up for you to work out to. You would, you see what I'm saying? You do all these things ahead of time so that by the time you have to make the decision, I gotta go to the gym, all the hard stuff's already done. By the time you go, I gotta do the nutrition, gotta track my food, yeah, it's already all done. By the time you do your steps, like, cool, in my regimen, I look at my watch at noon and go, ooh, I'm only at 1,000 steps. I need to walk around more. Boom, you already have it set up. You see how doing these little things make it so much easier. Now, the how is a little bit challenging, and it requires a little bit of time. More importantly, it requires a little bit of patience on your end, because if you don't do it often, you're not going to be good. You're not good. Just like my baby, McKenna. She is an awesome kid. She doesn't know multiplication. Not because she's dumb, because she's 3. And so you got to give yourself some time and go, okay, I'm not good at this because I don't do it. But the only way to get good at it is by doing it, okay? And if you're somebody who wants to fix and stop the trial and error of doing it on your own and figuring out how you can kind of like push through a lot of these things and figure out all this stuff faster, the 28-day program I have for you is awesome, and it's free, and it starts Monday. Here's how the program works, and here's why I'm doing it, just so we're all crystal clear. First thing, no bait and switch, none of that stuff. It's not that, so don't worry about that, okay? 20-day program, I'm doing it for a bunch of reasons. There's 4 big ones. First one is, you've been in this group for a while, you've been following me for a while, and you're still not at the body you want, that sucks. We can get you there so fast, especially if you're like, these ladies both lost over 30 pounds. She lost 50 pounds. But we can get you down 30, 40, 50 pounds by this time next year. And so we cannot keep repeating the same problem over and over again. Let's try to fix it. Let me show you the program works. That's why I'm giving 28 days for free. First thing. Second thing, these ones are for me a little bit. One is, soon I'm going to start charging for the program. And so I want some bomb testimonials of people who just did it, that I can go, hey, look, these guys just finished the program. And then people can pay me money for it. Okay? The second one is that you love it a lot and that you tell other people about the program and they want to join it before I start charging it, or they want to pay for it. Both of them are fine by me. The third one is that if I can help you with the promise, which the promise of this program is you're going to lose 2 to 3 inches from your waist and hips, just like both these ladies did, in 28 days for free. What's the likelihood that you would want to keep playing with me later to get down the rest of the weight, just like them? What's the likelihood of that? Probably pretty high. That's why I'm doing it. Make sense? So I'm doing it because I want you to crush it. I'm also doing it for my motives, just so we have all the cards on the table. Make sense? So if you want to do that, 2 ways you can join. DM me results to join, or you can comment them below. That's fine too. Or you can text me at, let me get the number right, because I have a text line for it. 480, let me write it down. You can text me at 480-531-8457. DM me the word results, and we'll get you involved in it. We only got 10 spots in it because I'm the only one who runs the show over here. We only have room for, actually it's 8, my bad, 8 people. We had 2 people already join. So 8 spots in the program. We have that. I don't know if I'm going to do this, my last group. I might do one more. I'm not really sure yet. But if you are somebody who is struggling with getting results like this, who's like, oh, it's good for Dacia, it's good for Carly, yeah, they're good, whatever, but they're not like me. They're like you. They're both moms, got a bunch of kids, both work, both have a lot of stuff on their plate. Like, if they can do it, you totally can too. And for you to sit on the sideline and go, this is not going to work for me, let me show you that it works for you. In the worst cases, you lose the weight and carry on with life. Best cases, cool, you lose the weight, love it, want to keep working with me. We get you down to that, and then I show you how to keep it off long term, building a healthy plan for you for life. Make sense? That's it for me today. Have a fabulous day, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.